In terms of people seeing Ekin, they're saying that she's not close with the girls, or the girls are saying things behind her back, or they're not as close with her. What is your opinion on seeing that on the screen, and do you think it's true or not?
Yeah, because you unfollowed me off Instagram. I was
Bloop.
fuming.
That is interesting.
That was a madness in the DMs. A lot of nasty DMs.
Your chest.
Yeah. Like sometimes watching him with India, I was like, bro, let this go know how you're feeling, bro.
Right. Etc. How have you reacted to this?
Are we talking about the cockroach?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
Davide was coming quite hard for Ekin the last couple of days. He called her the fakest person in the villa, pride or his ego, or
Yeah.
like people say he's quite toxic. And like, how would you, as one of his mates, respond to that? So
Who was that? Who wrote that?
He was a joint.
Because I've met him a couple of times. Not a really nice guy.
why did everyone says this about him, man?
He's just-
Guys, the Murad Morali podcast, we're back, and we're not back with just Islanders, but we have the management teams, the handlers for some of our favorite Islanders from this season of Love Island, guys. Guys, we have Mabel, Haz, and Chuko in the building, guys. Boy! So, Mabel, who do you represent?
Ekin-Su.
Ekin-Su, Haz, Davide, and Chuko.
Ikenna'S. I almost said my name then.
Did you just say Ikenna'S? Me, I've been calling you like different names at this point. Like, I'm actually so confused. If I blunder this up, like, I want to mess this up. How have you guys all been?
Good.
It's good.
Hot day.
Hot day today, and tomorrow's gonna be very hot as well.
Yeah.
And Love Island tonight is about to be a madness.
Dammy.
Hope so.
Dammy's in trouble.
Dammy.
Dammy's actually in trouble.
Is that me in trouble?
Yes. Did you not see the trailer?
Yo.
Yeah.
Summer in India. You didn't see the trailer.
Attacky.
Summer and India are tag teaming
Stop.
against Dammy, basically. I thought Summer would actually side with Dammy, but no, they're both like. And then Gemma and Luca are having their situation as well. So, and Gemma's just fed up with him. At this point, she basically is acting like, she's like, why are you picking on these small things? It's not that serious. So, it's
full
really.
on, isn't he?
It's yeah, I think he's. And then, but I had Jasmine from Casa Amor, and she said that he's getting a bad edit. So I don't even know at this point. You never know, because we only see 40 minutes of these people every 24 hours. So we all get in our feelings, but really it could be somebody completely else.
Yeah.
And we don't even know. So Mabel, how has it been handling Ekin-Su's account, and how do you know her?
Do you know what? She had a really bad patch. Like, I can't even explain it. I know when she did that madness with Jay, she had a really bad patch of hate in the background. Like, it was so intense. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. But I knew Ekin-Su. I know Ekin through a mutual friend, actually. We actually met in a hot tub party.
Nice, not in the hot tub.
Yeah, like literally, we were.
What kind of
at
fight
a
was
party.
this? What's going on here?
We were at a party and we were sitting there drinking cocktails, and then I was like, getting ready to watch this Turkish drama, and then she was like, oh, I'm Turkish, da, da, da. And I was like, oh my god. And then
You were watching a Turkish drama?
Yeah, I love
Mad.
watching
There is one
Turkish
Turkish drama that everybody was talking about. I don't know if that was it though. Do you know
No.
the name of it?
Mine was called Dulani.
Okay, I don't know what that is, sorry.
Yeah, so.
I was trying to relate to you, but it didn't work. Sorry.
Sorry, but yeah, like we just met there, and then ever since that day, we've just been like the closest of friends. She calls me every time she's in Turkey. I call her. Like,
That's cute, man.
It's just so intense. Like, our relationship is like boyfriend and girlfriend. It's really weird.
It's a lot.
It is intense.
And how do you know Davide?
Davide, actually quite a funny story, to be fair. Not too sure how to word it. But yeah, so obviously David is in the nightlife game as well with the shisha company that he operates.
He operates a shisha company.
Yeah.
Hold on.
What?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. He
owns
okay.
a shisha company.
He owns a shisha company.
Yeah.
See, this is why I need you guys here, man. Look at that. Me, I love shisha. I was just saying to you, I want to shut up
Get
about
that
it.
discount code.
Amazing. I'm there. Me and Davide smoking shisha, boy.
No, yeah. So obviously nightclubs. So that's kind of his angle. So he puts shisha in nightclubs and like for tables, and then they.
So he orders them in large stock.
Yeah. He keeps them at the venues. Yeah.
Nice. And are these venues in the UK or abroad?
In the UK, yeah.
Like up north.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he operates in quite a few high-end clubs in Manchester. He's doing well.
Right, because he moved to Manchester.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's how you guys met.
Then I've got obviously my events company, so we kind of met, but we actually met in a funny way. We were both very drunk, and he's probably going to kill me for saying this story. But he comes up to me, and I was really drunk. He was really drunk. He goes, you're a good-looking guy. and I went, no, you're a good-looking
Right.
guy. And that lasted for about 5 minutes. And then since then, we were like best friends.
That's nice,
Oh,
man.
that's cute.
How long
was
has it been? Like a couple of years? Or?
Since he moved, pretty much,
Damn.
yeah. So 2019,
Damn.
yeah.
It must have been a lot for him to like move from Italy to Manchester.
Yeah.
And then it's like the language barrier or, accents. Like, how do you even navigate?
Yeah. He's, he's thrown himself in the deep end, obviously. Like, he got himself out there quite quickly in Manchester. So he was popular before he went in the show.
Right.
if you know what I mean.
Right. And then we have Chuko, who, when it comes to Twitter, this one is there with his keyboard, and he's every tweet firing away. The way you have represented Ikenna on Twitter, I have never seen from anybody else on Twitter.
No, it was fun, man. It was fun.
And I just feel like Ikenna wasn't a favorite of mine initially going in. I thought that he was quite boring or laid back and like nothing was going on. I'm thinking, what's going on? But your tweets and your creativity made me like him, and it made me think about him a lot more.
Yeah.
Because every day the tweets are banging.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how do you know Ikenna? And was this a pre-plan before going in? I'm funny on Twitter or something. Like, how does that?
No, so it's not a crazy story. Just known him since school. So our families are quite close as well. So Nottingham, I think I moved to Nottingham when I started secondary school, and that's when I met him. And the Twitter plan, honestly, when he told me he was going to Love Island, we were all shocked because we know his personality. He's a chill guy, he's relaxed. But yeah, we were shocked. And then obviously I've been on Twitter for a while, like probably 2010, 2011. So you use it quite a bit.
Right. So you like a
Obviously,
Twitter
know it
vet.
inside out. Yeah. So
So how do you find these memes? Do you have a meme folder?
you know
must
when
have
you
one.
see a funny tweet, you just bookmark
Yeah?
that and keep it by the side, and just you never know. Just go back to it, because sometimes when you're interacting with others, now and again, I don't really like to type words. I feel like memes speak more in sometimes.
Right. I agree.
So there's kind of things there, but yeah, just random tweets you bookmark and just have it there in the locker. So
Damn. And how has Ikenna like reacted to you? Just like, who's in control of the account now?
so we're both on it. I'm not on it as much as I used to be.
Right. Makes sense.
It was even funny because when the show started, we were all on a holiday. Like we were in I was in Cyprus, and then I went to Nigeria after. So like even getting to watch Love Island, we had to use Twitch. We had to use like
God
crazy websites to
forbid,
just
Twitch,
watch it.
like a Twitch live link.
It was long,
That's
so
the worst thing because
At the
it's
start, I
uploaded.
felt bad because I thought I wasn't doing my job. I was like,
Yeah.
oh God, I'm not getting the tweets off or nothing. So that was just at the start. But then eventually when I got back, and then we were more on it and into it. So yeah, it was good, man. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, you smashed it.
Man,
And I
he
feel
was happy. I think that was the aim for us as his team, just to make sure we blew him up as much as possible.
Were you also controlling his other accounts, or was it just Twitter?
You know what? I don't know how to work Instagram, man. I don't know.
Really?
It's just crazy to me. It's just like reels, lives.
What I think about Twitter.
That's what you think about.
Twitter.
Well, Davide's account's gone. Apparently, Manny got like.
No, there was a fake account.
Yes,
That-
They were
that
like,
wasn't
this is what
us.
always happens with Love Island is the
Yeah.
fake accounts
Yeah.
come running in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then it f's up. It's like, who's the real one?
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
And on Twitter, it's difficult because nobody's blue ticked as much as quick as you can.
Exactly.
Probably.
Davide is made up of obviously myself, Fabrizio, and JP, and they kind of
Facilitate,
work.
yeah.
I think they communicated with yourself about that Twitter. Did you message about?
Yeah,
Twitter thing?
I basically because
You thought it was them?
I thought it was
Yeah.
them, and I was like, "What's going
Yeah,
on?"
yeah. Because they were putting it in the WhatsApp group. I was like, "What? We've even got Twitter? What's going on?" And then
Oh wow!
obviously-
Damn.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
What were the tweets? Or the fake tweets? Was it
Like-
just about Ekin-Su?
Yeah, it was just
Right,
like
right.
Them relationship together, and I was like,
Right.
he must be joking
Right.
if he's tweeting this.
Right. Right.
But then I contacted them, and they said it wasn't actually.
Damn. So you didn't even know that these Twitter accounts were running around.
Yeah.
There was another one as well of another islander. It's gone off my head, but like how
Samuel.
Samuel.
Oh my god.
Oh
Spooky.
my
Spooky, bro.
god! All the time I thought, what is Samuel tweeting? Is a guy from Casa Amor.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
thinking, what are you tweeting? But then he was like, this is not me. Like, who is
Yeah.
this? I'm like,
Mm.
rah.
Yeah.
Some of the tweets are crazy, man.
Some of the tweets were brazy. They were actually mad. And the quote tweets, I'm seeing 400. I'm thinking you're getting cooked.
He was fighting everyone, honestly.
Fighting
I was
everyone.
watching-
WWE, Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat. It was just a
Yeah,
lot
he
to
was
deal
doing
with.
a lot.
It was a lot to deal with. But yeah, I feel like these accounts can be quite scary. Has it been intense? Hold on. Tom, can I change the color of the back?
Yeah, no, I was thinking.
I just hate purple. Sorry, guys. It's stressing me out now. Can we do like orange? Something like sunny. Do you know what I mean?
Watch it.
Not that you guys care, but I'm glad my apartment's air conditioned.
Serious.
I had to just get that flex out there. Just be like, "Right, guys.
Must be nice.
Orange is fine, yeah.
Yeah. Suits the fit.
They tell you I bought a fan and it was like,
Why are you a fan? What happened with?
Oh,
I bought a fan and I
Thank
thought
you,
it was
man.
a big one. It
I was
like
wondering where to angle
£60 on Amazon. And
Don't
it
tell me you
came,
bought. And it came small.
seriously, I was so upset. Like it came that size.
Oh my god.
I was like crying. I was like, no, I need a proper fan. What is this? But yeah, it was interesting. Interesting.
Air conditioning is great. When I'm in Dubai, I use it
Yeah,
24/7, but it just gives you headaches. That shit. It's like, how the hell do you combat that? I don't even know. I'm just sitting in my room now with a headache in AC. It's just annoying. Anyways, so recording. Back to the interview, guys. Sorry for that little cut. I'm just being like weirdly annoying. But yeah, Ekin-Su and Davide, both my favorites. Honestly, like I feel like, but Ekin-Su, Davide in India, like I feel like it's very interesting because you're managing accounts. Like you're managing a Chuko Ikenna'S account. You're managing Ikenna'S account, and it's going well. But then of course your friend might get dumped, and then it's like, well, I don't need to do anything anymore. But all three of you have been chucked into a world, and it's like you're not actively maybe as big on socials or have the much reception that Love Island brings. So maybe how do you deal with that if there's negativity that comes to you guys? And I'm sure people like Davide and Ekin-Su have gotten a lot of negativity in terms of like feedback, and then that pours into the DMs, and it's like, well, I'm not Davide, so or I'm not Ekin-Su, I'm not the one crawling around. So it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, is it me crawling? No, it's my friend. So why are you in my DMs, like in the DM screaming? So
I mean, I feel
how do you
like,
deal with it?
I feel like certain people take this show way too seriously. They take this show like it's life and bread. And
Right.
there's no show like it's like they're not living. Like it's the weirdest thing. I have had the worst tweets, and not tweets, sorry, DMs for Instagram, and I couldn't believe it. And what's worse is that some of these are kids, like, and not only that, or if they're not kids, they're like grown adults, mothers actually, with like 4 kids. Like, it's so confusing. But it got to the point where I was like, I'm not going to reply because obviously it's not my account and I can't be saying things that, you know, Ekin wouldn't normally say.
Right.
But it got to the point where I was like, no, you guys are fucking with me. Can I swear?
Yeah. You can,
Like, this is mad. So what I did now, like, I don't care. I just message schools. I message
Energy.
their football team. I message gymnastics
the
class.
gymnastics.
And if like, trust me, and
Look, them backflipping out.
exactly, I was like, you're leaving this DMs, and or like if it's the parents, I'm 100% like calling all of them out. I don't care. Like I'm actually calling them out for the way they speak. Like there's a way to say something. If you don't like someone, that's fine. But there's a way to say how much you don't like someone. Like
Right.
there's a way to say it. And some of them were like death threats, like I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna come find
For what,
you.
man?
And I'm like, it's a game show. Like, what is wrong with
man.
you people?
It's not that deep.
Yeah, like they take it too seriously, and I've never been on that side before, and I understand like the problems like these people normally have now. Like I thought it was just like small little silly things, like, oh, you're like this and this, but nah, like they're intense, and it's quite sad to see. We're the first people that are going to see it before they come out of the island, and some of them are parents that are, you know, handling these people's accounts, and I don't hear anything like, oh my goodness, if this comes out, like, you know, this is what you should do, or this is how you should handle it. Everyone keeps saying like, oh, just don't say anything. But I think, you know what? We need to start saying things, because if we don't say things, people are going to keep doing it. And I'm happy for calling people out.
Throw me a bottle, can you?
Yeah, is that all right? Sorry.
I can't catch, but we'll find out.
Oh, Jesus.
I can catch today.
Okay.
There you go.
You don't want it on. I'll just
Honestly,
put it down
it doesn't matter.
there. Yeah.
I don't mind as many water breaks as you want. Listen, it's like it's 40 degrees tomorrow, boy.
Yeah, man.
Stay hydrated.
So, thank you. So, yeah, when Davide was with Gemma,
That is interesting.
that was a madness in the DMs. A lot of nasty DMs. To be honest, because they were that bad, I just thought, you know what, block. Like, because we don't even want you, because we've had people message nasty things, and then Davide does something that they like, and they say, "Oh, I love him now." That we're like, we're not going to interact with you. You know what I mean? But since obviously the Ekin-Su situation, obviously Davide gained quite a lot of sympathy with the J thing, and since then, thankfully. It's just been plain sailing.
I just feel like when you're presented with new information every 24 hours, your opinions change.
Yeah.
And that is fine. But then obviously when you're gunning somebody in a DM
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, I love him now. But you
Yeah,
were
yeah,
just
yeah.
gunning me down. You were
Yeah,
sending me a
yeah.
death threat or whatever. Be applied to anyone or even a Kenna or whatever. So of course, I'd imagine that both of you would have gotten negative feedback for your friends. Of course, Ekin-Su and Davide, but both people, you know, who everyone's really opinionated about them.
Yeah.
But with the Kenna, was it the same or was it just, you know, positivity because you were just firing off tweet? Every tweet landed.
I think
Every tweet landed.
they have different situations because they're people were in heated scenario.
Right.
For Ikenna, he was chill. Like if Ikenna got in a fight on that show, I'd have been shocked because he's not a fighting guy. Yeah, it was plain sailing. But the thing is, really and truly, most of the DMs went to message requests, so I never really saw them like that.
Right. You don't even want to look at them.
Only things you would see is like one stray comment, someone comments under one of the tweets or something
Right.
like that. But I think the worst thing you can do on Twitter is like get into a little squabble. You can just leave them
Yeah.
to argue with themselves.
Twitter's the worst. Me, I will never fight anyone back and
Never,
forth.
never.
I'm not
What's-
getting paid for it. It is
Yeah.
absolutely pointless. Why am I going back and forth with
Exactly.
you? That's what people would want as
Yeah.
well. Then you might slip up even more.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
an
mess up.
endless cycle
Yeah.
of just like a madness.
I promise you, since we started, there's been a guy that's been talking to himself in the comments
Ah.
since the start of June.
Not
So
since
it's
we've
crazy.
started, and even until now.
Literally, he's still in the comments fighting himself.
As in, Ikenna's gone and you're still talking. Like,
Bro, there was one guy the other day, he lost his head in the comments, bro. Because I think I tweeted something, because obviously when Ikenna came out, we had to switch up how we tweeted. Because we're not tweeting like he's still there. We had to start tweeting like we were someone watching the show.
yeah.
So obviously he tweeted and he was like just going off on the account and just like, mate, who are you? Talking nonsense. And, it's like, and then he tweeted, my head's gone, and then he left. I just liked the tweet because I found it so funny.
And then you did a Twitter reveal. Am I
Yeah, we
correct?
did the reveal, yeah.
That's so funny.
That was crazy, honestly. To me, personally, I wanted to just do a little picture here and there, but I thought, you know what, might as
Why
well
not
just-
after all that hard work?
Yeah. to
On
be
Twitter,
honest, that's what
gained-
everyone said. But I think what we always wanted to do is keep the focus on Ikenna, you know,
Right.
Because he's gone on the show, he's been out there, he's put himself in the limelight, national TV. So
Right, because it
All
can
we've done
be
is touch
icky when shit hits the fan and like this happens. Yeah, you don't know what could, you're not prepped for it. And
before
people-
everything is my boy. So that's
right, and as you know, people like get up on the social climate, people's minds change, they approach things differently, and you just don't expect it, and it can be very scary
Yeah, you
on
gotta
your
be
mental. So it's good that you come in with that stability and you've maintained that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like you're very chill, like Ikenna.
You know what? I'm probably more.
You embody the same. Just
He's very reserved. He speaks when he needs to. For
Right.
me, I'm a bit similar, but sometimes I'll be more like I'll let you know.
with your chest.
Yeah, like sometimes watching him with India, I was like, bro, let this go know how you're feeling, bro.
Right. He didn't. Do you think that he would
Hey.
still? Well, I don't know, but if he would still be there, if he was really like active on India, like really showing her attention. Because at the
Yeah.
time I was like, what is Ikenna doing?
I think it's a tough situation. I can't speak on it like he
Right.
can. But I feel really and truly from the options he had there, she was definitely the one most suited to him. So I feel that he just probably needed time in that scenario. But
Yeah, fair
it's
enough.
a quick show. You
It's
can't.
a quick show, man,
can't
and
take
it's
that.
just a lot to be in that environment.
Yeah, but I think you never know if they come out. Who knows what happens in it?
Mabel, how did you react to Ekin-Su and that Jay situation, and seeing all that happening as one of her friends, and you're seeing her?
Do you know what?
Listen, I love Davide. Crawling. I love Davide and Ekin-Su, man.
Can we just appreciate how amazing she is?
I
at
just-
entertainment.
I just both of like
just so
both of
good.
they're such good TV because it's just
know.
like Ekin-Su does these antics and she's not afraid or whatever, and Davide's reactions, you're a liar, you're an actress, go the f out. This stuff is funny.
Funny.
And then
Yeah, man.
saying that she's I don't know baked like Louis Vuitton from China, like then they're together making food. It's just back and forth. So I just think that they are hilarious, and a lot of people want them to win.
And I hope they win.
If
But can I just say something?
who's taking the money?
I just
Because
want her
that-
to take the money. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
I want to see a steal,
I
either
just wanna
Davide
see
or
someone
Ekin-Su,
steal the money. Like,
and that couple would give it to us.
thank you.
They've carried the show. Both of them have carried the show.
100%. I just need someone to steal the money so I can just be like, yes, this is great TV.
But you'll have to be ready for the DMs when that
I don't even care, man. I'll come for me.
Yeah,
I
the DMs,
will-
both
I
of
don't-
you.
I don't
I mean,
even-
more you if Ekin-Su steals.
I know,
Oh,
I know.
okay.
But I think it would be great if someone steals this year. It would be so good.
I think that would be the couple to steal. One of them would
Yeah,
be.
100%. And it's just like real life. In a way, it's kind of like when you're seeing someone in real life in the outside world. Like, would you normally just give them half your money. No, so
And let's be real, like the prize money is very small.
Yeah.
50,000 is nothing.
nothing,
Like if you want to keep it a buck, it should be at least 250,000
100%.
minimum.
100%.
Because somebody said, oh, you know, I want Ekin-Su, Danica, and India to win. I'm thinking divide 50k by 3. What are you taking? Like I don't understand. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That money's gone in like a couple of weeks, and with the way London is moving. So I feel like the price is very, very low. Now, initially at the beginning, when Ekin-Su and Davide first paired up, there was a situation between Davide's team. I don't know, Davide's team or whatever were like in their emotions and feelings. You're seeing your mate actually in an intense heat situation, and I can relate to that.
Yeah.
So
who was that?
Who was what?
Who wrote that?
It was a joint.
So you
was a
guys
joint.
all on WhatsApp?
No.
right?
So I actually put the bones of the message in, and they said, listen, we need to tone that down.
Right.
Because
I mean, everyone's in their
I went
feelings.
Karen.
Yeah, right. And
went
so
Karen.
how do you like? Because
We did it the day
difficult, man.
before when Ekin-Su.
What did she do again? She
the
pulled
day
around.
before the kissing, the first.
Yeah.
Something happened the day before where
She
it
kissed
really
Jay.
kind of there was I can't remember fully, but something happened and I saw the direction this was going in, and
Right.
I knew Davide as a person,
Right.
Because we've got to remember, like, we're dealing with like real people here.
Mm.
Obviously, it's great entertainment, but imagine Davide on national television is like Ekin-Su actually instigated the kiss with him first, because Davide is from conversation with him, he's not overly kind of PDA, especially on national television. So obviously she went in for the kiss.
Right.
He reciprocated. And then the next day she's telling him to make him food after she's been, you know.
Right. So I mean, I can understand your
So
emotionally
we
charged.
were
yeah,
like,
no, I get
okay,
it. I get it.
it's
I
on.
I see it. I can see both sides of the coin. I can see like
no,
you're gonna
100%. Like obviously, I mean, what she did probably isn't the best thing
Right.
to do, but I feel like the only reason she did that was because she wasn't getting what she wanted from Davide, which is again understandable. But what people forget is that we need to understand people's love languages.
true. Yeah. Love languages can be different as well. But also,
Exactly.
you're in that intense environment. I wouldn't want to go on Love Island.
Yeah,
That is a
true,
lot,
yeah,
man.
100%.
Because sometimes you want to be with somebody, but you also want to like give me space.
Yeah.
And you can't have that in that show.
Yeah.
And then you have people who come on interviews saying we wanted to leave, but production was like, no. You're like, no. So it's just like, and then you go back into that place.
Yeah.
You can't really escape. So things are just heated between them. And then as family members and friends, you see things and you just get charged. And then like
Which is understandable. Like if it was out in public, that would probably be more fine. But I feel like because it was kind of like us and we were handling their accounts. I mean, there's things I wanted to say that I wish I could say, but I can't say it because I'm not Ekin-Su. Like, do you know
that's what I mean. It's difficult, man, because like especially when you're in both of your positions, when you like your friends are together as a couple, and it's like you got to manage their accounts, you got to come off as like as honest as you can, but you also don't want to annoy your friends that are on the show. So how do you even do it? It's a mental game because it affects you guys just as much as it might affect them when they get out.
Yeah, so we did actually, in hindsight, obviously we saw the public reaction, the DMs did go, and in the comment section there was a backlash to what we'd said. Obviously, in hindsight, because we should have probably anticipated kind of that it not that deep.
Right.
But I think it was.
It's your
towards-
first time ever controlling
It was
a
towards,
friend's account. You've never been in this world before.
But we've always kind of helped grow each other's accounts in terms
100%.
of we always tag you. Like we put up movie night and we tagged you.
Yeah.
And they were like in the comments, because we're saying, will mum and dad survive this?
Yeah.
And the comments were saying, oh, you still,
This-
I think-
gunning for Ekin-Su. We're like, no, if we were gunning for you, we'd have, we wouldn't have tagged you and,
I think obviously the first ever comment was obviously that it started something.
the precedent,
Yeah,
maybe,
do you know what I mean?
maybe.
So anything now you guys say, they're going to think you're attacking Ekin, which obviously is understandable, and I've forgiven you because obviously we're going to become family soon. Just saying. If they make it through, I'm not going to lie. Davide has met his match with Ekin-Su.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like with
Davide
their
likes
sayings.
fiery women.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Ekin's perfect.
Yeah, I feel like it's funny because when Ekin-Su gets upset, he's like, "You're doing the show now." You're doing the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I don't mind action, cutscene.
Like,
I want this show.
100%.
And then Davide in his one-liners, like, so. I just feel like as you said, we don't know if we want them to win, but
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't want a couple to win, but you want them to continue on in the show.
Yeah, if they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. But also as account handlers, it's in our interest to kind of not sit on the fence on everything simply because we know for a fact, okay, David has given us the account. Instagram following, Luca is nearly double Davide. And
I think that's just because Davide is not from the UK and he's from
Really?
Italy. I think these type of relatability politics actually play into factor a lot.
I feel Luca and Gemma are the most relatable for people in England, really.
Yeah, relatability
It's
politics.
centered around them, didn't
They really is centered around them.
So
But these-
relatable in what way?
Luca and Gemma are the typical couple you'd see in England. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
that's what I mean.
won't
You
see
just see them in like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're seeing an Italian and Turkish girl together.
Oh, okay.
You don't really see that.
that way, yeah.
And I think that is probably why a lot of people
Relate more.
relate more. They want to just tap follow because they see that or they think that they are that.
Do you
or
not
they look
think
like that.
though they've almost got a head start because of the name?
Absolutely.
And that-
Absolutely. I think that as well in terms of either airtime or in terms of, apparently he might be coming in as a parent on the show, Michael Owen.
Yeah.
Like Luca Bish, I believe, used to date a few ex-YouTubers who have got their names out there.
Oh, yeah.
So like, stuff like this, they're already kind of both, especially Gemma, kind of known. So when the famous people come in, it can either go one way or another in terms of like, because Ronan Keating's son was on the show. Ronan
But I
Keating's
did feel a bit, because I was like, God, imagine you, because they go into, they do a week of lockdown, don't they, before they go in? You do the week lockdown, you go in, you're in there for like 2 days, whatever, and then no airtime. I did think that was a bit,
Interesting. Yeah.
like,
I'd be
it's
pissed.
kind of like, not fair, but I don't know. Not sure the term for it.
I don't think it's fair. Or I would be irritated if I go on the
Yeah.
show and I'm coming out to my parents and I'm trying to talk to you like, hey, did you see me? We didn't even see you, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
peak for you.
Yeah.
Don't cry, don't beg. Sorry, it's just peak for you. Like, I would
I
be.
guess if you want to come into Love Island, just don't come to Casa Amor.
I would
Yeah.
be vexed.
I would not be doing Casa Amor. No way.
Yeah, I think coming as a Casa Amor Island, I'll be like, sorry, no.
No,
I'm not
unless
doing
you're OV. I mean,
There are a few that have succeeded and
Yeah.
that go in, but it's just very unlikely. Davide surprised me. Like, I feel like, you know what, good looking chap, but more time when you have people who are good looking, it really stops there.
It lacks
It lacks when it comes to substance because oftentimes you don't have to work for your personality because people are coming to you anyway. So I thought, you know what, good looking chap, let's see what he does. And we've never had anybody who's Italian on the show
Yeah.
who's genuinely
we
from
had-
Italy.
Twins, the brothers, remember the two Italians in like one of the first Love Islands?
The first season. I didn't watch the
First-
first season.
Oh, did you
Oh,
know?
I watched
They
season
came
2.
in, they were from like Huddersfield.
But were they born raised in Huddersfield?
I think, no, I'm not
That's the-
entirely sure, but
Because I feel like with somebody like Davide, like,
wasn't.
we've had some Irish people on the show for sure, but like someone like Davide, he's from Italy. You can tell heavily from his accent. He just moved to Manchester.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how is this going to work? In all honesty, I was just like, I'm intrigued, but I feel like he's done so well.
there was a tweet going around that his accent was fake, wasn't it?
yeah, we
Yes,
So
that
ridiculous.
he
I
was
was
doing.
I mean,
I was like, Davide is really doing an Italian accent. Just me, even I would do it. If I had an Italian accent, I'll be doing it.
Yeah, like I was like, wow.
I would be making it the most strong accent you've heard. That's what I would be doing.
the best thing about it was obviously because when he was with Gemma, obviously, no disrespect to Gemma, but the personality didn't really help Davide show his side,
Right.
his kind of, attributes, because she's not monotone as such, but, she's young, not very relatable to Davide. So Ekin-Su, I think they brought out the best in each other,
Oh,
100%. So as much as we were thinking Team Davide, we thought, oh,
Yeah,
it's causing
initially.
problems. We were like, no, thankfully everybody's been able to see
I mean,
that Davide is more than just a pretty face now.
Yeah, because in the beginning I was kind of like, oh god, if she stays with this guy, she's because I thought he was like really boring at first. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like,
Yeah, with
Jesus
Gemma, I
Christ.
did think that
And
what's
that-
going on
Yeah.
with
A
that.
lot of the comments in Davide's on these photos were loads of like, oh, you're boring though, and this and that, and we were thinking, please, somebody
Come in and
do
bring it
something,
out.
Yeah,
and
bring it
you'll
out.
see what he's all about,
Do you think he's like that in real life though?
in real life.
Yeah, is he
David
like
is
that? Or
hilarious.
is he worse? Because Ekin, we're
hilarious.
getting a dimmed down version of Ekin. I'm just telling you.
Really?
now. You think that for
Oh.
me is Ekin very calm?
Okay.
You know, when she
So
comes
she's
out-
going to be crawling on the street.
Can I just say
something.
one thing? This is gonna sound. I'm saying it for Davide. Davide very rarely has to engage in a lot of conversations with women, because before even fame, Davide could walk around Manchester, women just like,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
everybody's staring at Davide.
Yeah.
So
I was
very rarely
yeah.
has he had to kind of graft, and I
Yeah.
think that was why you kind of, with the whole Ekin-Su thing, she's like, he's not trying.
Yeah.
It's like, because Davide's never had to try. You know.
That's why it's interesting putting them in this villa, how they
Yeah.
react to stuff like this.
But the fact is that he is actually trying now, and it is.
I definitely-
'cause I've never seen him kind of needing to chat.
Yeah,
chat anyone
yeah.
up.
I definitely think he does. He really does like Ekin, and I think this is why there's a lot of like little feuds and stuff like that, like between both of them. I genuinely think he does like her, but because she's the way she is, an entertainer. You know, I think they clash in that bit. Like in a way, I feel like he's not used to the fact that she's, because Ekin is beautiful, man. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, she's like, you know, she's
Stunning
okay.
girl.
This girl's stunning.
Stunning
When
girl.
we walk in the street, I just want to stay back because the amount of
You're
guys
stunning too, babes.
Look, I know,
Please.
thank you, but
Especially with this next top.
but she gets a lot of attention. And what I love about Ekin is she will talk to absolutely anyone. You know, even if she doesn't fancy them, or you know, she will give them like she will talk to them, because that's how humble she is. Like everyone will see her and think, oh, she's just like this pretty
That's the exact
stuck up,
same as
stuck up
very,
person.
very down to earth.
Yeah,
It's
so
crazy.
down. She will speak to absolutely anyone. And when these two, I was like, oh Jesus, they're quite similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think obviously if she'd have done that on the outside, the whole Jay situation, obviously
No one would know.
no one would know, but at the same time that would
Not
be
calling at night.
What you're seeing is real life Tinder, mate. Like it's real life Tinder playing out in the villa.
But we've never seen someone crawl like that. I just thought that stuff was funny, man. And listen, Jay was crawling too. It wasn't just Ekin. It was both of them were crawling, and Davide had no idea. And then when he had an idea, and then when he had an idea, I was like, this guy is gonna blow his head off. Like he's gonna be irritated.
When that happened, then she went down, make me food. That was like,
Yeah.
I was
cheeky.
I was like this. It's like, somebody get me a fucking drink. Because
But this is the thing, is when you're outside looking at this, you're like, oh, this is so annoying. Like your friends are going through this stuff. This girl's put my friend did this, or this boy's my girl did this. But I just think that the more like I dislike contestants on the show, and I'm very open with that. And I like contestants. But if I like you or dislike you, it's a good thing, because it means that you're creating content, you're opinionated, you're going to come out with a controversy, the coin or the followers or whatever. And like, either way, it's like, listen, my boy's getting cussed out. At least both of you are getting camera time, because some of the people we didn't even see on the show. It's actually mad. And then obviously Davide and Ekin have had a journey, and it reflects on your emotions up and down the way it goes.
Yeah, because you unfollowed me off Instagram.
I
I was fuming. I was like, I can't believe these guys followed me on.
It's a lot,
we
man.
removed, as in, so we didn't
not
keep you
even-
hanging.
I said, listen.
No. You removed me, and I was like, this guys. Okay. I was like, fine. If you want to be petty, I'll unfollow her. And then 2 weeks later, you're following me back, and I was like, see, I knew this was gonna happen.
But on the outside and the inside is the same thing. You guys are just all back and forth. That is funny. When it comes to their journey, and of course, Casa Amor took place, and then I knew Ekin-Su would stay loyal, and then Davide, I feel like stayed loyal. Both of them had or did not have something happen in either of the villa. But did you expect Molly to really expose Davide like that, or say his name? Because I thought she was going to say Jax.
Yeah.
And were you watching that Casa Amor, like anticipating
He
it?
kissed, did Coco say?
I think he kissed two girls, Coco and Molly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, for both parties as well, Davide raised a very good point. He said you didn't have enough, I don't feel you had enough temptation about Ekin-Su. But I almost feel like maybe the same could have been applied to Davide as well, in terms of there wasn't really, because they're both attractive people, right? So like, Ekin-Su went in there.
Basically, it's difficult to bring people that.
In my
I see what
opinion,
you're
like
saying.
there was nobody to kind of turn her head.
Yeah.
Vice versa for Davide as well, in terms of nobody to turn his head with Ekin-Su. So yeah, not really I was actually quite surprised by all of them in Casa Amor. They were like
crazy,
just got out
isn't
of
it?
prison kind of vibe. They,
It's
they were
not
just
prison.
losing their mind. Do you know in
Yeah.
terms of like, it's like they've been set free, and
They went to Ibiza and back.
yeah.
Not
So
Ibiza.
so yeah, but yeah.
Mabel, what was going through her head with Ekin-Su in Casa Amor in terms of her returning? You know, that little reunion, and you saw her coming down alone or whatever. Like, were you like, as her friend, watching this?
No, I was really happy. To be fair, I knew she wasn't going to really go with any of the guys in there.
Yeah.
Come on, like, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, but I see Davide's point of temptation.
yeah, like, you know. But yeah, I was super happy. Like, they are actually meant for each other. Mum and dad, the greatest divorced couples I've ever seen in my life.
This mum and dad, everyone loves to say this mum and dad.
It is true though. They're literally like mum and dad. Like, it's just great. No, but I was really happy for her, and I'm glad she stuck to, you know, Davide.
Chuka, what do you think of Dami and India and their story and the back and forth that's happening with these two? Because I love Dami and India until Casa Amor, and now we're seeing moving out again that he's been exposed for this three-way kiss, and she's irritated.
It's kind of mad though. I can't lie. I think she really likes him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And Dami is, to be honest, he is a great guy. Like,
He is.
regardless of the situation, like between him and the kind of whatever. I think he's actually a really good guy. As he said, with the temptation that came in from Casa Amor, that was always going to be tough for him as well. But as we say, it's like it's different in there. So with them two in there, who knows? Like, it's heated. You might forgive that person because you're going to see them every day. And for India, I don't feel there's anyone else really and truly. And Dami, obviously, they click quite well. So you might as well forgive him.
There is Deji, who we barely see now.
Yo, Deji's funny, man.
Deji is funny. His
That
reactions, oh my days,
funny.
they kill me. Like the way he's always looking, I feel like you need somebody like that in the villa. But I generally thought he was going to be dumped. Didn't expect to be seeing him. That shook me. Like, I was like, how is Deji still here? So like maybe it could be a Deji in India re-moment, but I doubt it, to be honest.
I doubt it. I feel
Because
like
Dami and India have the best chemistry in there alongside Ekin-Su and Davide.
yeah, but it also made us wonder, like, how come she brought him back from the casa? Because it feels like she brought him as insurance in a way.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that as well because she did bring back Deji, and then that heartbreaker line that she
I feel
said.
she knew Dami might do something mad.
Well, she was right. Dami was doing a lot of madness.
So it was just a safety option. But
Ooh.
in a way, I mean, Deji's cool and he adds to the show in a way. But I don't know if they were a couple though. No.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it for them.
If anything, I feel like India, if her and Dami didn't work out, she's that kind of girl. She holds her head high, that kind of stuff there. She would leave the show probably.
Right.
Yeah.
I see that too. She'd be like, is what he's saying that serious? Do you know what I mean? I'll walk out.
Cut, man.
And speaking of Dami, he had a little situation with Ekin-Su as well, saying, on your best behavior, you're on your best behavior. And this was in reference
That's what I was going
to...
to ask, you know.
Huh?
I was going to ask about these two tonight because what's going to happen? Because
We don't. Well, we about to find out. Tonight it's going to be Amazali. But they didn't show... They didn't even show them in the first look teaser.
I've
Yeah,
got a
that's true.
question for you.
Talk to her.
Does Ekin-Su fancy Adam?
Ooh.
Definitely.
Fancy Adam.
I think Davide's better than Adam.
No,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
David. The thing is, I'm being really biased because I genuinely don't like Adam. Because I've met him a couple of times. Not a really nice guy.
Why did everyone says this about him, man?
He's just not a nice guy. Like, I don't know what it is. He just comes with this really bad energy, and I don't like him. And yeah, I think she would have thought he was really hot, but then if she got to know him, she would have been like, nah, I don't like him.
He's very intense in the way he's
Adam.
like.
Yeah.
It's like
You know.
you can have a stroke.
Right. Not a stroke.
But that's like everyone.
is intense, though.
If he walked through the door, everyone would turn their head and go, oh, great looking guy. But then he starts talking and then you're like, oh my God.
He is very tall. I think that's probably the reason why he really looks, because the
Yeah.
man is like 6'6" or 6'5"
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are on him being brought back on the show. I'm just like, you
I
had your
wasn't
time.
happy. Was it?
What's going on?
I didn't like.
I think it was heat at the moment. Obviously, that shock everyone was like Adam Collard going crazy.
Yeah.
But by the next episode, they're already like
Dead.
quieted.
As in, I'm over it already.
Should be level playing field. And
I agree.
secondly, Love Island, like everybody gets one chance at Love Island. You know, it's kind of like we're just making up the rules as we go on now. Like, why don't you bring in, you know,
Somebody
Molly
else.
Maynard?
Yeah, Molly
Like,
Maynard
what do you
or
like?
Mora
You know what I
or
mean?
something like that, or one of these big characters back onto the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They were testing the waters. To
I think that's
see-
what they're doing. They're
Yeah,
testing the
testing.
waters
Yeah, yeah,
Waters.
yeah.
of whatever, and I just feel like we've seen you.
Paige
It's like,
loves him though.
she does, you know. She really likes him. She's like,
Yeah,
Jax
but
who?
she loved Jax as well,
But
bro.
now she's like, Jax who? Who's that? But then Jax say Paige who as well. So she said, you know what, ping pong, let me do the same thing to you. But again, I feel like with somebody like him coming in the villa, I don't see you in a relationship with any one of these people. Especially because he apparently dumped his girlfriend from 2 months before to get into the show. One of the girls was saying, and then it's like, well, are you and Paige, is there any longevity in this? Like, I don't see it.
When
So
he
I
was
just
sitting there going, trying to find someone I can bring home to your mum. I'm like, do you know how many people's on your Instagram? I'm sure you can bring someone home.
screaming.
Like
The whole group.
a whole group
Yeah.
chat, in fact. Like,
I think it's just like self gain. I mean, like, a lot of islanders go in these days for self gain and followers and career wise. That's great.
but he's got all that.
But he already has had
Yeah,
that, to
yeah,
be honest
yeah.
with you. But I just think that him returning, it was hype and then it died down quickly for me. During Casa Amor, there obviously was an islander who is talking about things happening with the Ekin and etc. etc. How have you reacted to this?
We talking about the cockroach?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Oh yeah.
I can't even explain my feelings towards this person because I don't know what it is. It's like back at school and you're in the boys' locker room. Like not saying that's happened. I don't think that's happened, to be honest with you. I just think he has come just for the last minute clout he can get. And I think it's so ridiculous. He's going around doing all these Instagram live and kind of talking down. But then dear me saying like, we're best friends, you know, I respect her and shit like that. And I'm kind of like, you obviously don't. You know, he's the type of person to get everyone hyped up and then create a podcast next week and then everyone's going to tune in and then no one's going to tune in ever again.
This is the thing. People like to prey on hype to create an investment. However, what they fail to look at is just the hype. They don't look at the longevity. So the hype is there, but no one's checking your 60th episode, bro. They have looked at your first or second.
Yeah.
And then especially on what it's based on, it creates this narrative of you that you may not want or you want whatever. But again, where are you going next at this point? It doesn't matter.
He needs to find a new job.
Like,
Why did Ekin-Su say don't tell anyone about
Yeah,
it?
that's all.
I think she felt guilty for the fact that she was in the bed with him because the first night, if you saw, they were sleeping like complete locks. Like there were no touching, there was nothing going on. And then I think that night, I think maybe they were like spooning or something. Do you know what I mean? They were a bit closer than before. I don't think something happened, me personally. But you know, we'll find out soon.
I mean, even if she did do anything as well,
There's not-
Davide was also, you know, intimate with two girls. So I'm just like, and they both weren't exclusively together. Do you know what I mean? I guess Ekin showed a little bit more loyalty, but because she needed to prior,
Yeah, of course.
whatever. So in the grand scheme of things, like, I don't know if it will affect their relationship.
But I love how Davide keep thinking it's cheating. And I'm like, you guys are not even exclusive.
Like a lot of these couples are not exclusive.
None of them are exclusive.
And I guess they're just checking out their options. But yeah, I guess they're not exclusive, but also that doesn't mean you should. So I see both sides of the coin.
Really? Really?
If they've been together for like 2 weeks plus, like Dam in India were not exclusive.
Yeah.
So people really wanted them to be loyal,
Yeah.
even though they're not actually exclusive. Do you know what I mean? So there's that affection that you build for a couple. And you see the chemistry between two. Like Ekin and Davide, they just had that good chemistry.
Yeah.
Dam and India, they just have that good chemistry. So people just don't want to see them with anybody else.
I always
in
get
that regard.
surprised because they're not very in bed. Like they don't really like cuddle much, do they?
Who?
Ekin and Davide. Like when you see them asleep, it's quite.
But me, I don't cuddle someone who's like,
Oh,
I
right,
can't
yeah,
cuddle.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I'll cuddle you for a bit, but let me actually sleep now.
Yeah.
Because I actually can't. Some people are like, oh, let's cuddle for the whole night. Go away from me.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Like, so I maybe.
You know, Andrew and Tasha, that's just too much, man. Like, so you see Davide and Ekin, they're like, Andrew and Tasha's like,
Talk to me, Haz.
breathing on each other, man.
Yeah. But they're trying to show the world that they really like each other.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's coming across a bit too like,
She was crying a couple of days ago, and at first I was like, why are you crying? But now I'm like, you know what? She's been in the bottom three times. Maybe it can get to you. And you're just like, you know what? This is getting to me a lot. And then her dad spoke out about, you know, the fact that, you know, she does have hearing impairing and something in relation to making her sensitive or emotions and she can't hear properly. I didn't read the full thing.
Yeah.
It just paints a different picture.
Yeah.
That's why I thought, let me get you guys on, because it's just like we're all looking at somebody 40 minutes a day and we have that fixed image, but actually it's
I actually really like
whatever.
Tasha. I don't know if it's just me. I just really like her.
I like Andrew and Tasha separately.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
yeah,
them
yeah,
together
yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah,
both
yeah.
have made choices where they're not actually interested. So what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't mind Tasha, I don't mind Andrew, but together it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Especially when Andrew was doing all of that.
Yeah, mate, he came out like he was coming. He I don't know what he was. He came out like he was gunning.
Davide's what licked the tit of Davide's quote.
Davide's quote was hilarious.
That's my favourite one so far.
Just
yeah.
everything that Davide
Oh,
says
Oh,
is
you
hit
cried.
of Natasha.
Yeah, you didn't cry because you licked the tit or something, or
Yeah.
you cried because you're the bottom.
That was my favourite one. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's the Louis Vuitton one for me.
the Louis Vuitton one was
I
funny.
can't. I don't.
Fake that Louis Vuitton from China.
Can I just say
Yeah.
she's from Turkey, so the quality's better.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In terms of people seeing Ekin, they're saying that she's not close with the girls, or the girls are saying things behind her back, or they're not as close with her. What is your opinion on seeing that on the screen, and do you think it's true or not?
I think it's true. I was actually really worried for her because of this, because I know she came in with the whole, I don't want no seasonal girlfriends, which
Right.
is true. They're all there to find whoever they need. Do you know what I mean? But I was worried. And as soon as Afia came out, I actually messaged Afia going, hey, can I just clarify if Ekin's actually okay in there, if the girls treating her right and stuff like that? Because she's actually really sweet. I know everyone sees this hot-headed gal, but Ekin is one of the girls you meet. Come on, I met her in a hot tub. She's one of the girls you meet in the bathroom, and you'll be sitting there and having conversations in the loo about God knows what, taking a piss. Like, she's that sweet, and she's so girly. Like, she'll always be there for me or anyone. So when I saw all the girls like doing the way they were doing, I was like, oh my God, I just want to go in that villa and kind of be like, shake them in
Did
a way.
Afia respond to you about anything of your worries? Did she confirm it?
Yeah, she was like, she's good. Like, she's enjoying herself. But, I guess they all have to say that. But I mean, there's times when you see that you can clearly see Ekin was upset, and I felt like no one actually went to her aid or just kind of chatted to her. The time where she, had a conversation in the mirror and just went outside. Like, those are the times you need your girls to kind of like calm down, like just like, take it easy, just think about it. I just think there was just none of that there, and it's quite heartbreaking. It
Yeah,
actually
you
really
don't see
upset
much
me.
of it.
No.
And then there was a viral clip of Paige with the girls kind of shooing away India and Danica. And to be honest with you, it could have been nothing, but again, it didn't come off right or didn't
No, I
look
don't
right
like
at
that
all.
email.
Didn't look right. So you have these small clips that either are misinterpreted or actually are true. Then they go viral, and then like account holders are like, what the hell do we do? Like, we're just facing all this abuse. Like, what the hell? Davide's slogans and everything have really just gone all viral. I'm a liar, I'm an actress, all this. So when he said that and that took off, how were you reacting to that? How were you like controlling it? How were you reacting with your friends? Like, what was going through your heads?
Yeah, he's to be honest, we're getting that many messages. It's hard to
Control.
to control, but a lot of people are repeating the quotes and the messages, and it's great. We're loving it, obviously. To be honest, everything he's done in there we expected. In terms of, we're just glad that obviously Ekin's giving him that kind of situation to express himself in that way. But yeah, obviously we've seen some companies that printing T-shirts with it, and we're like,
That's too much now.
we're like,
It's not your saying.
yeah, don't.
Relax, calm down.
Yeah.
So they really heard that and ran to their factory.
Yeah.
Because our followers are sending them like, oh, have you seen this? Have you seen this?
See, that is where it becomes a problem. Like, if it's your own saying,
Yeah.
fine, but like, why are you taking somebody else's
Exactly,
saying and monetizing
exactly.
it when Davide could be doing that himself?
Exactly.
Need
To
to
be,
get it
yeah.
trademarked.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. Trademarking and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
there's so
Money
much
to
to
be
this. You wouldn't
made.
that's the thing. Is people are like maybe so uneducated on it, or you don't know anything about it, and you're thrown into a world. Like, who thought you'd be calling a trademark lawyer? Like, it's a lot.
It's crazy.
So yeah, it's good.
Chuko, anything when it comes to Ikenna'S time on the show, was there anything he thought that he should have done that he didn't?
I feel that at the start they weren't really showing him at all. He had a lot of interactions with like Gemma, with India, and he said that even when I spoke to him, it was like there was a lot of stuff they didn't really show because he spoke to India quite a lot.
Right, he mentioned this here, yeah.
Exactly. So I think in that scenario, there's not much more you can do because if the producers want to get something out there, because sometimes maybe he's having these conversations, but they're just very PG.
Right.
As you said, that they can put a clip out that the producers know what they're doing. They could put a short clip out and the whole nation could go crazy over this clip. But the content of that clip could be something completely different to what people think it is.
Right.
It's similar to Twitter as well. Like when you tweet something, whenever I used to tweet something, I try to make the tweet as vague as possible.
Right.
Because whenever you have a vague tweet, that's when the engagements go crazy because there'll be 30 interpretations within an hour. So that's the kind of thing there that happens. I think the content that's been on the show, the stuff that you have on Twitter as well, you just need to make sure that you kind of keep it, don't cross the line, but kind of like keep it open in a way that people can discuss it and like bring it to the page as well.
And were you in contact with India's and Dami's?
Yeah.
And those that you're all tweeting with each other and whatever.
Yeah. No, Dami's guy, he's really cool. So we did that football thing. That was just really random. India's handler is a really nice guy as well. I kept on finding it funny whenever people say like, you guys should get together. And I know it's a guy they're talking about. I'm like,
No, I've spoken to him as well. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, really nice guy. But yeah, it was just great to do that interaction. And also like, because in a way you had to kind of reenact the people's relationship in the show.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a form of art for you lot in a weird way. Because it's like, especially when your tweets here, your friends these are big people on the show. Do you know what I mean? They're not like somebody who's there for a week and gets dumped. So it's like a whole job or whatever.
Sick.
He kind of did say that he actually was meant to be a Bombshell or something like that.
I think, he told me there's a chance he'll come in later or
Right.
at the start. So initially, honestly, all the communication we had about it was either Jan, March, and then finally May when he said he's already in the villa. They were like, cool, okay, cool. But then I think he came in from the start. We were like, that's sick. We'll go with it. So,
quick switcheroo, guys. We've got Kenneth, who's also part of Ekin-S team as well. So what do you do for Ekin?
I do Ekin-Su's Twitter. So yeah, Mabel, she said that, you know what, she's having quite a hard time on Twitter. After I was like, Mabel, do you know who you're talking to? After I told her, like, I used to be on Twitter before, had about 10k followers on there. After I was like, if you give me a week, I'll be on 5k followers for her easily. And within like half the week, I was on 5k for her. So she was like, yeah, you've got a job.
So what did you... I love that. What were your opinions on him leaving?
I was pretty shocked. It came out of the blue. I felt it was really heavily edited, the whole kind of episode.
That episode made no sense to me, man.
Like it was just up
choppy
and
as
down.
hell.
But obviously, it was obvious that he was like indirectly saying, "Yo, you coming or not?" Because I was like, "I want to make you my girlfriend."
Oh yeah,
that's almost like saying.
You think
so
she should have walked?
You're done now.
Yeah.
Get your bags.
No, if she walked, I'm sorry. If she walked, she's.
Yeah, I don't think she should have walked from the way he told Billy to F off.
way.
And, like, I don't think she should have walked. But I think that's what he was expecting.
He was.
And I think him now seeing Adam with Paige is just going to irritate him. So, and I guess we'll see in After Sun tonight what his thoughts are.
Well, as Theo said, if she liked him so much, she'd have left with him. So
if she liked him that much.
Yeah.
But I guess if it was smooth sailing and he never did anything to mess that up, I think she would have walked.
Yeah, because she was besotted, wasn't she?
She was besotted with him. I think she would have walked if it was smooth sailing and he just got to him. Like Liam also left at the very beginning of the show. On the first
really
week.
liked Liam as well.
I like Liam. I always find it interesting when someone leaves because like your position could affect everybody else. It's like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
So like now that you've left,
Yeah.
how's it all gone? Last question, guys. Who do you lot want to win outside of people that you manage?
I don't want Gemma or Luca to win.
Screaming.
Why does everyone say that?
Because it's just boring TV.
Yes.
It's just flatline.
I can see what's
Like I just switch off whenever they're going. It's like it's like they've been married 50 years, man.
I think this season, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's really weird because
There should be
don't
like
even
two
have-
strong options,
yeah.
but you don't have like it's like a loveless season. A lot of people are saying where it's always back and forth.
I'm sorry, but I just want Davide and Ekin to win.
Coming quite hard for Ekin the last couple of days. He called her the fakest person in the villa, I believe, and he comes quite hard in a way, and then you see them get back together again.
For me, David is kind of. Do you know they say, "Go with your head or your heart" kind of thing? I think, like I said, David does have a soft spot for her. I almost feel like his gut is a little bit. He's very worried that she's going to kind of humiliate him a little bit again. So that's why I think his emotions are very up and down with how he's with her. I think that explains that.
Because a lot of people say that, you know, his pride or his ego, or like people say he's quite toxic and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of these theories and forum tweets and whatever, and that he's playing Ekin in this kind of way. How would, I mean, not here, you're not even Davide, but like, how would you, as one of his mates, respond to that?
Yeah, obviously, I think Davide knows what he brings to the table in terms of, you know, and she did, you know, hate his pride. So I think obviously when that happens on national television, you're always very like, you know, please don't do that again at the back of his mind, because it's just embarrassing. But I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Is anyone else going to be coming in the villa? Or
I think there's going to be maybe 2 bombshells will probably come in, maximum 3, to like change things up. Because in the last season they had people come in 3 days, 4 days before, 5 days before. So I see like 2 more coming in. But I don't know what they would do at this point. You know,
but could you say that would kind of be the same for Ekin-Su? Because once they show, or if they show, the Italian Stallion job, like it's going to show what Davide's been up to. Like it wasn't just one girl, it was several girls.
What do you mean? In Casa Amor?
In Casa Amor.
2, yeah.
Yeah, 2 girls. And
there's only 4.
No, I'm saying 2 girls that Davide kissed.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll show that, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
the Italian Stallion
job, yeah.
Oh yeah, the little title on the movie screen.
Yeah, and obviously as he said that, obviously Davide felt humiliated in front of national TV.
Do you think
that's
Ekin
why
would feel humiliated?
Ekin would feel the same way, because it's like, I've kind of, it's going to look like, I've
tit for tat
crawled back to you in a sense, and you've kind of done this to me. I come back without a guy in Casa Amor, and you've done this to me. So it's like, is it fair that?
Oh, and one of the girls even at Casa Amor said his name. So I think that he already has an idea. She already has an idea that he did this. But I think they both got over that quite quickly.
I don't
Davide hasn't got over it.
He hasn't got over it. He hasn't got over Jay. Yeah, the Jay situation.
No. I mean, they got over Davide. I mean, Ekin and kind of just moved on from the Davide stuff.
Oh yeah, Ekin did.
Maybe because she was like, well, I was crawling at one point. So you know what?
I was on the floor.
I was on the floor at one point. But yeah, I think Davide's holding on to something. I get that understanding. He's kind of like, he's really hurt by it, or whatever. Like I feel like he's holding on to something. And it projects in different ways.
Yeah.
So I mean, we only see 40 minutes, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Interesting. But guys, thank you all for coming on. Can they see Chuko on the screen? They can't. Yeah. Can you like fit in together?
Yeah.
Whew. I'm not sort of sitting down, just like relaxing. But guys, thank you so much for gracing me with your presence. We have Mabel Has, we have Kenneth, and we have Chuko. I got your names right. I'm so happy. But all of their socials, their details, everything will be in the bio below if you guys want to check them out as well. Not just, you know, the people that they manage. But yeah, we'll just see who wins this season. And thank you guys for gracing me with your presence, guys. Daily and consistent. We're out. Whew.